Hi everyone and welcome to another recipe video. And today I'm technically making two things, this super easy no-churn ube ice cream and a halo to go with it. This is my favourite Filipino dessert ever. Now the main ingredient for my ice cream, which is no churn so you don't need an ice cream machine or anything, is ube halaya. Now if you might remember, I have made a recipe for this in the past, so I'm going to link that up above and down below. And we're going to use 350 grams of this and gradually add 600 milliliters of double cream. I just added it bit by bit because the ube halaya is quite thick. And the reason why the ube halaya looks like it's been extruded by a unicorn is because I bagged it up because I'd made a load and put some in the freezer, and then when I was ready I just defrosted it and squeezed it out. And it's already a beautiful purple. That's from all the purple sweet potatoes that we used to make the ube halaya, which is like a kind of jam. But I'm going to add 35 grams of caster sugar just to sweeten it up a bit more. If this were a normal no-churn ice cream, then you would need a lot more sugar, but because the ube halaya is already sweet, we only need a touch more. So I've added the rest of the cream now, and I'm adding extra ube flavouring, which is going to both put a bit more flavour in and also amp that colour up, and I used about a teaspoon. So I'm going to mix that in nice and smooth. And it was at this point I found out actually there's only a couple drops more in my bottle of ube flavouring, so I decided to use the whole lot, and it did come up to about a full teaspoonful in total. And now we're going to whisk all of that up until it's nice and thick, and because it's so thick and there's so little water in, this is what makes it no churn, because there's not enough water in to form crunchy ice crystals. So all you're going to have to do is whack it in a container and put it in the freezer to freeze, which I'm going to do right now. As you can see, here's one I prepared earlier. This was a legit box of ube ice cream which I bought and finished not too long ago. And I just gave it a good clean so I can scoop my homemade stuff right in there. So what I'm doing now is I'm scooping a bit in, giving it a bit of an old tap on the counter just to make sure it all gets in there and then no air bubbles, and then repeat. So now we're going to freeze this overnight. But you can do it for a minimum of 4 hours, but overnight is best. And that is literally it. No churning, no mixing, just stick it in the freezer and wait. And then you might want to wait 5 minutes after taking it out of the freezer so it softens again to make it easy to scoop out. That is perfect, and I'm going to use this in some halo now. So now I'm just going to crush some ice into snow, and I do link below which blender I use along with some of the other things I've mentioned today. They are affiliate links, which means Amazon gives me a little bit of money for anyone that clicks on the link and then chooses to buy. Don't worry, you don't pay for it, it comes out of Amazon's pockets, not yours. And you don't have to use the links to buy them, but if you do, I very much appreciate it, of course. So now I'm scooping up the snow and I'm pouring over some evaporated milk. Make sure it's evaporated, not the sweetened condensed kind. And then plenty of people like to add caster sugar now, but I think it's sweet enough as it is with all the stuff. Now I'm adding some palm seeds in syrup, and these are fantastic bright green. You can also get them in red and colourless too, but I chose green. Now I'm going to stick half a creme caramel on there. I ate the other half later, shortly after this video. Now I'm adding some nata de coco jelly, which in this case is dyed in red, and this is actually made with fermented coconut water, so it's completely vegetarian. And I love the texture of nata de coco jelly, it just has a bit more of a bite to it. Now I'm adding some sweetened macapuno. Now macapuno is a mutant variation of coconut, and if you think that's weird, it's not actually that weird, because actually nectarines are a mutant variation of peach, so it does happen in the fruit kingdom. And macapunos are just softer in flesh than their coconut cousins. And now I'm adding some sweet red beans. Gotta get those sweet red beans in. You can add sweet white beans too, but this is just what I had. And I'm adding some fresh mango. Now usually fresh jackfruit is added, but I couldn't find any. And I could find some tin stuff, but the tin was huge, so I just used mango. And of course, let's not forget our all-important ube ice cream that we've just made. And I struggled a bit with the scoop because it's huge for my small hands. Now I'm just topping them off with some wafer biscuits. These are strawberry ones. You can actually also get ube flavoured ones, pandan ones and normal chocolate ones, but the strawberry ones were the only ones I could find this time, and we are almost ready to go. Lastly, I am sprinkling on some cornflakes just for a little extra crunch. Thanks for watching! I hope you enjoyed today's video and found something in it useful, and I hope you'll join me next Wednesday for my next one. Get the full recipe on my blog tashcakes.com and find me on Instagram as tashcakestastes. Subscribe and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see more. Comment down below if you'd like me to make anything in particular, and I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, be nice, and have a good week.